What's up, beautiful people? You already know who this is. It's your boy Levar, aka Ramzie, the editor-in-chief of Snubb3d Magazine. And today we have a special guest that is joining us for the sit down. And you know what we do on the sit down? I don't introduce the guests. The guests introduce themselves. So without further ado, I'm going to give the platform to the guest.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Emi Secrest, and I am a daughter, a sister, a lover, a cousin, a auntie, and a friend. I am an artist. I sing, I connect, and I impact. So let's just get into more of who I am, period.
Definitely, definitely. Well, number one, thank you for joining us today on the sit down. I'm appreciative of it, with all the accolades that you didn't bring up yet, but we're going to bring those up in a second. You did it so humbly how you came up on there, like, oh, I'm the sister that.
I am all
But we
those
love
things.
it. We love
I'm
it
all
because
those things.
that's everything embodied, right? That's everything that's embodied in us. So let's kick it off with the beginning, the journey of who you are as an individual. How did music become embedded in you? Where did it all begin?
It all began in the church. I started singing in church when I was 3 years old. I actually just posted on my IG page a clip of me singing in church at 3. And from there, I got my first gig at 5. And it just kind of, ever since I can remember, I've been singing. I've been in love with music. So, um, yeah, I moved to LA 16 years ago. In my first year, I definitely struggled. I went from, coming from an upper middle class family in Tennessee to shopping at the 99-cent store in LA. It was just such a mind fuck for me. I don't even know if I could say that
Okay.
because I was just like, how do I go from never struggling to barely making it, But anything that you really, fight for, you're going to have to sacrifice for. So it was just a part of the sacrifice. Then I went on to be a backing vocalist. I sang for Macy Gray, Leona Lewis, Christina Aguilera, um, and a few other people. I did that for 10 years. And then I was opening for a lot of those acts, and I just saw how people was responding to me. So I just decided to take a dive in artistry myself, and now we're here.
Definitely, definitely. And I say this, it's a lot of times that on our platform on the sit down, a lot of us came from a church background. A lot
Hmm.
of us in the industry are people in the church, you know what I'm saying?
Church
Creative,
kids.
right. We were creative individuals that were like basically like handpicked all out of the church and just boom, there's your industry.
You
Uh,
know, my dad always says that God needs people on both sides.
yeah.
And I definitely am a firm believer that I'm able to touch way more people outside of the four walls of church than I would just being on inside of the four walls of the church. So, I'm a little party girl, but I still love the Lord.
Listen, I
Me and
get
him,
it.
me and him gotta understand that. I
Right. Hey,
see him, he
hello.
see me, we see each other.
Right. I
Okay.
tell people all the time, you don't want to hear my prayer life because you'll start, we sit there and be like, oh my God, is this really his prayer life? We have real conversations, okay? We don't do
Listen to me. Okay.
But I love that you tapped on the fact also that you tapped slightly on it. We're gonna get to it a little later. About that you started off when you came to LA. It was a struggle. A lot of people sometimes don't understand that in this industry, we sometimes hit some hard times, and
Oh
either you're
yes.
gonna make it or you're gonna break it. Like there's a thing in us that just makes us to keep striving, go harder. And what at what point in that because I'm sure you had it when you had those mentalities, those moments, maybe you're breaking down while you're like, what is happening? Like this isn't what I envisioned. What kept you going? What was that push inside you to say, you know what, I'm gonna get to those levels and break this?
Honestly, it was the village around me. I tell people all the time, it's so important with who you have around you at your most vulnerable and like tough times. I would just literally be like, I'm just gonna give up and go back home. And my friends would be like, what are you talking about? Girl, snap out of it. And I remember depression was something that I battled with. Thank God I don't have that anymore. But in my younger 20s, just being in the bed and not being able to get out of the bed, my roommate would literally come and put his hands on my head and start praying for me while I was asleep. And I felt that. So, I mean, you may not have people to go to that extreme, but if I've called my homegirl and she sounds off, I'm pulling up.
Yeah.
So just having those people around you, because all you need is reassurance that you're not crazy and
Yeah.
that, other people see that you have what it takes to, because you need that reassurance that everything's going to be okay. So that's really what did it for me.
Definitely, and I think that I've dealt with that sometimes too, where it's like I've had moments where either it was a creative block or it was just like it felt like everything just shut off on me. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what's going on? What's going on? I'm in my bed. I was in bed for days sometimes. I didn't want to talk to nobody. Phone was off. People are like, where's he at? Like, what's going? And it was just it. And then all of a sudden there was community around me that was like, you're not giving up right now.
Hmm.
This is not what we about to have. Sorry. Like you were, this is it. This is what we doing.
Yes.
And it felt good to have that. In the beginning, I can tell you this, at the beginning, I didn't have community. You know what I'm saying? So there was some times where you had to like, I had to remove some friendships because
Hmm.
they were in my ear, somebody like, oh, you think you better than me, or you think this. And it's like, no, I'm trying to get out of this situation. Y'all, I'm trying to get us up. Like, what are we doing?
Look, just because I think I'm amazing, it doesn't mean that I think you're trash. You should
Right.
think you're amazing too. You
Right.
should follow the leader.
Exactly.
If I think that I am exceptional, then
Right.
and you're around me, that means we're a reflection of each other. I think you're exceptional if you're even in my space, but
Right.
I want everybody around me to pop their shit. I am not the girl. I want everybody around me to look amazing. I want everybody around me to have shit going on.
Right.
In 10 years, you have a boat, I have a boat. Whose boat are we using? I don't want to be the
Right.
only one in my circle with a boat. No, we all need a
Right.
yacht, you know?
Exactly. Exactly. Generational wealth. That's what we all want.
Period.
So, you're described as a powerhouse, a vocalist, Grammy-nominated songwriter. And looking back, what moment in your career did you sit back and be like, and I don't know if you had it yet, because sometimes as a creative, sometimes it doesn't click sometimes, but have you ever had a moment just to sit back and be like, I kind of like I've made it to this certain extent. Does that ever hit you, or do you stay in another mindset?
I think because my most of my immediate team are guys, they have conditioned me to miss the moments. And so now that I have like solid girls around me, they are encouraging me to not miss the moments, and my family too.
Hmm.
So I'm conditioned to just be like, what's next? Okay, that's great. I never feel like, oh, I'm just like, okay, what else do I need? What else is
Right.
needed to take us to the next level? And
Exactly.
I'm trying to allow myself to just sit in it, and really see how far I've come, you
Yeah.
know?
That's key too. I think I've had those moments as well where like I've sat down and done some interviews or been on certain events or been at like the Grammys and some of those
Hmm.
other major days. And sometimes you just walk into those events and you're like, oh, this is like my job. Like this is, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. You go home, you go eat, like, okay, what's tomorrow? And then you're working again with something big that's happening. You don't realize it, and time just flying by, and then people like are reading your stuff back to you. You're like, who did that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like who did this stuff? Because this one right here, So I felt that when you was like it just happens, and people have told me the same thing. Like sometimes just sit back for a second and like look, you know.
Yeah, for me, it's like if the accolades matched my bank, then I think I would be able to
Hello,
rest a little bit. But these accolades are not matching my bank account, so that's why I'm like I have to keep
keep
going until
going.
the bank account and the accolades are.
Right, that match.
Yeah.
Right. I
Baby,
feel
accolades
it.
ain't paying shit. Okay.
Right. Okay. This is nice on the wall. Thank you so much. God bless
Thank
you.
you for my
What's
plaque.
next?
Okay. I gotta write a hit. We need
Right.
millions in the bank. Okay.
Right. So recently, you had a project that came out, and I will tell you one of my favorite is one of my boys, and I love it. Is 72 Hours with Snubb.
Oh,
Like I love. First of all, y'all's voices colliding together is like it's magic.
I
Like
love that.
it's
Thank
pure
you.
magic. I love when how we say in the church when people sang. And
Uh-huh.
that's what
Uh-huh.
and that's what y'all gave. And I just love the creativity with it. Like I just love everything about it. What was made into this album called The Colors of Love?
What was made?
Like how was it formulated for you? Like, how some people whenever they go into the booth, they're like, okay, we're recording all these songs. And then
Uh-huh.
all of a sudden you created like this is my set list.
Yes.
picked from it. What was that breakdown for you, I should say?
Well, The Colors of Love is like my real life for the past 3 years. And so as my life changed, so did the soundtrack.
Hmm.
And we initially had 23 songs to choose from. And out of that 23, we chose 13. So, The Colors of Love, it really gives the different emotions that come with love. I think, when love is like romanticized, you only see the good. They talk about, oh, but the reality is love is work. Love is not you feeling good and oh my gosh, I love you. Sometimes love is I want to freaking strangle you. Sometimes love is I hate the fact that I love you. I'm so open, it's scary.
Yeah.
Sometimes love is, oh my gosh, this is the love of my life. We're in Paris, we're in London, but I just wanted to tap in and be honest about the different colors and how they feel, because we don't really, especially in our community, we don't have like elders, a lot of elders that are passing down wisdom to us when it comes to love or relationships or even how to navigate in between relationships.
Yeah.
So I just allow myself to be open and write about it and capture in real time what I was feeling.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. I like when albums are like that, when they tell a story and you've actually been vulnerable yourself in this album. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You're telling your side of it. Sometimes when you hear music, you're like, what are we talking about? Like what,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
what am I like the next track is not going with this track and it's not you gave a whole storyline
Thank
out
you. I'm
of
happy
it.
you got that from it. I'll
Right.
definitely be intentional.
Listen, I love music and I'm a person too. I'll say this. I feel like I love R&B. I love music. I love like hearing like a storyline told, or sometimes I'll take certain songs and connect it with the past, or some
Mhm.
things I went through therapy when like I was going through a breakup and it's like yeah, I remember that part. I remember when I did this. Okay,
Yes.
I could have took it this way. And I like seeing both sides.
Yeah.
When men tell their side of the story and when female tell their side of the story, and you put them in the same room and it's like, oh, okay, I see now how this occurred. Um, so it's dope that you went into that and made it a whole storyline. So I appreciate art form like that because that's amazing.
Thank you.
Um, I don't know if you could say this or if not, but will this project ever hit a tour?
Yes, I actually just completed a tour. It's called the Colors of Love Tour. It started July 5th, and I'm actually going on part two of that September
Okay.
1st. We are doing LA at Gold Diggers, then I'm going to Houston, Memphis, and then Northern California. So I'll be in Berkeley, La Jolla, and Montrose, California. So you can definitely slide over to my website, emisecrest.com, for those dates. And more dates are being added. But yeah, we already hit the South. That was the first run.
Yeah, I remember.
And so, yeah. Um,
We need you to come up this way. Okay.
DC, what is East Coast? We working on that. We're
Yeah,
working on it.
yeah, when that happens, I need y'all to hit me
We
up.
we definitely working on the East Coast. I can't think of the name of it. Something Ward,
The
uh,
Wharf
the
in
Wharf.
DC? Oh
Yes,
yeah.
we are
You
in
got it.
communication with
That's a
them.
beautiful place. Yeah, yeah. I think
Okay, okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So in this space that you're in now, is there any level, not any level, is there any space that you haven't been in as far as like acting, writing a book? Is there anything that you want to say, you know what, besides the music, I want to play around with something else. My creativeness goes this way. Where would you like to go next in your art form?
I so many things. I definitely want to have my own wine. I'm a wine connoisseur, and I feel like
Okay.
that's a very good
Like
industry.
a sweet, or you like bitter? What's your
I am a dark sweet.
okay?
I'm a red wine connoisseur, but I
Okay.
definitely would like. I could do a nice cab,
Mm,
or not really a Merlot fan. Like a sweet red is fine.
okay.
But yeah, so I want to have like a wine line. And then in correlation with that, I would love to do like a wine tour, like in Northern California, where we go to wineries and throw shows and present the wine. So that, and
That's
of course,
a
a
good
plus
one.
size fashion line. because there's just not a lot of options for thicker girls. So I just want to, there are options, but just have more options. I just want to be a different kind of option.
Definitely, definitely. As you know, because of the accolades that you do have, and people around you are, they love your music and they pay attention to what you do. Um, what is something you could say to an individual, whether or not you know it or not, but I'm sure you do know, you're a role model, right?
Ah,
You're a role model. Technically, we're role models. I know sometimes we don't want the label of that because people are like, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to be in this moment right now.
I'm just living on this little journey the best way I know how. Okay, it's
But what do
doing.
you
Whew.
but what do you say to those individuals that are looking up to us, and are like, you know what, I see where they're going in life or where they're at, and I want to get there, get there myself, like from you singing with major artists or to be Grammy nominated to, working with this person. What do you say to those individuals?
Just find out who you are as fast as possible. Find out who you are and be comfortable with who you are,
Mm,
because the greatest delay is when you're still trying to figure it out, like figure out who you are, what you stand for, what do you want to say, what is your voice. Like, the quicker you find that out, then the quicker your tribe can find you. My career has been my tribe and my village championing around me, being like, come on, Emi, you could do it. Come on, come on, come on. But they did that because I knew what I wanted. I knew I was so like intentional with the goal. So
right,
the quicker that you have a clear goal, a clear vision, a clear statement, you stand for something, whatever that is, then
right.
people around you can help you execute that.
Definitely, definitely. And we have three questions that we do that are swivel off the number three for snubbed. The first question is, what is three words that best describe who you are as an individual?
3 words: kind. I'm not nice. I'm kind. There's a
Okay, I
difference.
got you.
Um, 3 words.
It
Fun.
throws
I'm
people off.
kind, I'm fun, and I'm gifted.
Okay, and why did you pick the word gifted?
Gifted because my gift is far beyond my talent
Mm,
of singing or of acting or of being an influencer. Like, that's my talent. But my gifting is really touching people and making them feel better than they were, And so that's it. That's where that comes from.
definitely. Okay, and the next one is if you could be anyone, past or present, and wear their shoes for one day, who would you want to be and why?
Aretha Franklin.
Mm,
She's my Bible, my vocal Bible,
okay.
my just I love everything about her. I always tell people I feel like I'm the last of a dying breed when it comes to the grandioseness of artistry. And back in the day you had the Patties, the Shakas, the Gladys, the
Mhm.
Arethas, the Dionne Warwicks. Everybody had a lane, and everyone's lane. Diana, everybody's lane was different, but it was still grandiose. So yeah, I would love to just see that and experience that and feel that for a day.
Definitely. I think that's interesting you brought that up because I sat back and looked at like the up and coming like generation that's coming with different singers and songwriters, and sometimes I'm like, okay, like back then you could tell like, oh yeah, this one's gonna be this, or they were triple threats. Like you were like,
Uh-huh.
whoa, like okay, I see where they're going. Now it's like, all right, who's gonna be the next? Like what's this? And that's I definitely see what you're saying in that moment. So that's a good choice. That's a definitely good
Mhm.
choice.
Thank you.
And the third question is, with every generation that is coming up, as far as social media, um, when we say back in the day, there was records, you had your tapes, you had your CDs. Now you have streaming. How does Emmy see herself staying relevant, uh, exceeding the bar for herself?
Um, for me, I think I need to stop saying I think. We gotta cut that out. For me,
Right.
consistency is what I'm known for, being consistent with the type of quality music that I'm putting out, you know?
Right.
And so as long as I keep being consistent and putting out bangers, I just don't see why it would be a problem.
Right.
So yeah, that's really my focus is to stay in a good place, keeping my nervous system regulated. I think as Black women, we need to learn how to regulate our nervous systems, so that we can just be in a good mental space and be healthy all the way around so that we can, because we are unstoppable. We are unstoppable if we are mentally healthy, physically healthy, spiritually healthy. So that is my goal. That's what I'm every day. Um, how can I regulate my nervous system? For me, it's water. I swim every day that I'm able to. And so it's like finding what is going to regulate your nervous system and doing that and just staying in a good space, staying in a peaceful place, staying in a prosperous space. That's what attracts the abundance, your aura.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely. I needed to hear that actually. So that's good that you spoke that because I'm actually doing a water fast just for today. And
Okay.
it's for it to be centered on some things I've been speaking into existence. And I literally yesterday was like, you know what? Like today is all water. Like there's nothing like, and it's crazy how the energy like pushed me through the day. Because usually, if I did not know, if I'm just doing it just because, I would not have lasted or had the energy
Yeah.
that I have. And it seems like there's so much energy in me right now that it's like, what is going on? You know? So it's amazing to say like you even speaking that right now. Like sometimes just taking that and touching your nervous system, be like, you know what? This is
Yes.
how it is. This is how leveling is. And I've been doing that lately a lot since like March, since my birthday, and like pushing that mental thing, like having those moments where you be like, okay, lights out for a second. I need me time. I don't care. I don't want to see no phone. I don't want to see nothing. Or just play some music and just be in the moment and just let it take over. Like it's something when that happens. So you speaking that right now was like perfect timing.
Honey, life is stressful. And I
Yeah.
used to think that as long as I was a good person and I was trying to help people and I was, you know, very cognizant of how my energy affected other people, that bad things wouldn't happen to me. And that's just not reality. Bad things
Yeah,
happen to good people all the time. So
absolutely.
that's why it's like, okay, now to combat that, we need a way to regulate the bad shit happening. You know, and so
Exactly.
for me, I've always loved the water. I downsized. I had a huge house with my ex out here. And when we broke up, I was like, I need to downsize. I downsized from 4 bedrooms to 1 bedroom, but I got a pool. And
Right.
so literally every day that I can, that I'm available, even if it's just for 20 minutes, I'm in the pool. And when I come out, I just feel so light. So
Mhm.
for me, it's a pool. For you, it may be putting your feet in the grass. You know,
Right.
whatever it is, you have to. I mean, being a Black man, the pressure alone is just like WTF, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have to find a way to release that energy. You can't
Right.
help that.
Yeah.
Child, we be crazy as hell. Mm-mm.
Well, any final thoughts you could give to all the readers or everybody that's watching? Any final words you want to say to them? Any upcoming things you have? Anything that's on your mind at the moment, you can just put it out at this moment.
First, I want to say thank you and Snubb
Absolutely.
Magazine for having me and for, just the opportunity to have a conversation. And to anybody listening, to those of you that I knew, welcome to the family. It gets later greater, so buckle up and let's ride. And to those who have already been supporting me, your support means the world to me for real. And I would just ask that you go to, my socials or my website so you can see if I'm coming to a city near you. And if I need to be coming to a city and I'm not coming to a city, slide in my DM so we can make it happen.
Definitely, definitely. Well, Emmy, thank you for taking the time to speak to us today. It's an honor and privilege. We had a ball. I enjoyed this.
I did. This was so good. Yes.
So continue to do the greatness. Hopefully, we'll see each other in the future in person. I'm
Yes.
sure in our circles, it'll align
Our
somewhere.
worlds are already collided, so we're locked
Exactly,
in.
exactly. So continue to do the greatness, and we're here. Whenever you have anything going on, let our publication know. We will definitely support you on any way that we can. It was a blessing and an honor to speak to you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. You have a great one. All right.
Take care. Bye
All right.
bye.
Bye-bye.